Hey YouTube, I just want to show off my new little bearded dragon. Focus. There we go. His name's Parthenax. Just got him like 3, 4, 5 days ago, something like that. I don't really know. I haven't been paying that much attention. But anyways, got him, and I just finished, well, semi-finished his setup. So now that I've shown you him, I'm gonna show him his cage and what all I got in there, and about how much it costs and what you need if you're going to be housing a bearded dragon. Alright, first of all, I have a 20-gallon long breeder aquarium, and I got a sliding lid for it, which is pretty cool because you can lock it and everything. And this is big enough for him in his, baby, juvenile, sub-adult phase. I'm building a personalized cage for him, but he's not going to use that until he gets, into the sub-adult, adult phase, because it's going to be pretty big and it's going to be pretty extravagant, and it's not going to be a stupid-ass little glass terrarium bullshit. It's going to be pretty elaborate and desert looking. So anyways, that's a whole nother video. First thing you need to know about these bearded dragons, they eat insects and they eat plant matter, so they are omnivores. As juveniles, they'll eat 70-30 as far as insects to plant, and then in the sub-adult phase it's about 50-50. In the adult phase, it's going to be 30% insects and 70% plant matter. And then as they get to senior age, they're going to be needing probably 50-50, 70-30 insect to plant matter, with lots of calcium. And that brings me to my next point. You need to have a calcium supplement for these guys, and I got some right here if the camera will focus on it. Maybe not. Anyways, Bearded Dragon Calcium Plus, that helps them growing, and the reason they need 70% insect and 30% plant is because they need the proteins in there to help them grow. But that's pretty much enough about that. I'll go into a feeding video another time. Lighting, you do need a UVB bulb, which I just got this Zilla, right here. That was probably really bright for y'all, I'm sorry. UVB bulb, I think that one's like, I can't remember what it is. I'll put it in the description. And then I have a basking bulb. And on his hot side, where he's sitting right there right now, it's probably about 100 degrees. If he gets on top of that neck bone in the back, it's about 110. And the floor is normally around 90, 85-ish. Got a little skull there. That's pretty cool. That's a bobcat skull. Shot him last year. Turtle skull. Just found that. Anyways, this is not sand that I'm using. I don't recommend anyone use sand for impaction issues, because with the sand, they will eat it. Whether there's crickets on it or not, they will eat it. Especially if you use that calci sand. That shit is the worst thing that they ever put on the market, because especially with bearded dragons and leopard geckos, they will purposely ingest it because they can sense the calcium in it. And I've seen it cause problems, not personally, but with some of my friends' pets. I don't recommend it. These are crushed walnut shells. Gives you the look of sand. Less worries of impaction. I don't worry about impaction that much because I feed all of my live insects outside of the tank in a separate tub. I use like an, old ice cream container or something like that. A big Tupperware, something like that, to where I don't have to worry about him ingesting the substrate. I do feed him his lettuce in there. Of course, have a water bowl just in case he wants to get a drink. He doesn't drink out of that much. I give him baths, and he tends to drink out of that a lot. When I first put him in his bath, I give him a bath about, I don't know, probably two times a week. I did own one previously, and when I went into the military, gave him away, and my friend fell in love with him, didn't want to give him back when I got back, so I just got a new one. Cold side, I just got a little cave. There's a little poop on top of it. Please ignore that. He's going to get cleaned here in a minute. But on the cold side, I keep it between 85 and 75 degrees. Got a little foliage in there just for shits and giggles, I guess. But this little wood structure here cost me about $10. And he loves it. Just loves it. And it keeps his claws down, so you don't have to clip him as much. When he gets bigger, I'll put a piece of slate in there, and that'll also help keep his claws down. But that's another video, grooming, probably something like that I'll go into. But this whole setup that you see right here, I'm going to back up so you can see the whole thing. This whole setup right here, okay, with everything in there, aside from the skeleton and turtle shell and shit like that, because obviously I killed those and they were free, including the UVB light, mind you, was about $150. I just got all this shit at Petco. So he's feeding on crickets, small mealworms, dubia roaches, lettuce, peppers, corn. I'll go into another feeding video some other time and let y'all know exactly what they can and can't eat. Pretty much as far as vegetable goes, sky's the limit. But anyways, this was just a little introduction to him. Again, his name's Parthenax. You'll be seeing more of him as he grows up and grows older. And he's not showing it right now, but he does have some pretty cool colors on him. But you might see that another time. I think he's getting ready to shed. I'm not really positive because his eyes haven't really clouded or anything like that. But I don't know. He's just looking dull to me, so I'm assuming he's going to shed here pretty quick. Anyways, video's getting kind of long, so I'm about to cut it off. Real quick before I do, I want to show you this other enclosure over here. Got a deer skull in there. Yeah, I got a lot of skulls, so I like to incorporate them into my cages. But this is my corn snake setup. And you can't see him because he's inside of that deer skull right now. He is where the brain would normally be, all curled up in there. He just ate a couple days ago, so he's just kind of chilling. But that's another reptile I got. I am going to have a whole room full of reptiles. I'm going to do a sand boa breeding project, a leopard gecko breeding project, a morph breeding project with ball pythons, and then I'm going to have some other various reptiles like frilled dragons and green tree pythons, green rat snakes, stuff like that, as far as display cages go. But as I acquire these things, I'll do more introduction videos and show you how it is. So, for now, I'm just going to say peace out, and I'll see you next video. Thanks.